Miss you, Mum. This one's for you. Welcome back to Kiwi Dad's Kitchen. I'm Kyle Willoughby. I'm a Kiwi Dad. This is my kitchen. And you'll note this is a bit more of a subdued start this week because this is a bit of a bittersweet episode, to say the least. As this goes to air, I'm currently in the South Island, at the top of the South Island at Abel Tasman National Park, spending some time with my family. This episode's going to drop on Sunday the 19th of January. And 2024 was not fantastic in some respects. 17th of January, I lost my grandmother at the age of 96. But the 19th of January was a real kick in the guts, because that was the day that we lost my other mum. I say my other mum, my mother-in-law, Christine Willoughby, passed away at 3 p.m. on the 19th of January 2024, and today obviously marks 1 year since that day. So we as a family are spending some time down at Abel Tasman as a family holiday, but also Abel Tasman National Park was somewhere that Mum spent a lot of time. It was somewhere that had a lot of significance to her. So we're down there just taking some time to celebrate and remember and commiserate and grieve. And yeah, it's been an interesting time, to say the least. So today I wanted to bring a little bit of Mum into the show. I say Mum. Mum has been my mum for over 20 years. Willoughby, in-laws. I took my wife's name when we got married. That's a whole other story that I'm not getting into at the moment. But Mum and Dad have been Mum and Dad for, as I say, 22 odd years. And Mum taught me so much about cooking, about life, about family. And so I wanted to honour her today by using one of the recipes that she cooked for us on a number of occasions and sharing that recipe with you. I say recipe. At the end of my episodes, I always say some is a perfectly acceptable ingredient when you're cooking. That's Mum. So you go to Mum and you'd say, hey, what's the recipe for this? Oh, it's a bit of this, bit of that, some of this, until it's enough. And there was never a recipe. It was done by flavour. It was done by taste. It was done by instinct. Mum just knew. And so I watched and I learned and I interpreted and I shamelessly plagiarised as much as possible. And Mum gave me so many really cool recipes, so many really cool ideas, so many menu tips and tricks. This is one that Mum made for us on a few occasions, and it was just absolutely delicious. So this is Mum's KUMARA Stir Fry. Now, for those of you watching outside of New Zealand, KUMARA are essentially a sweet potato. So if you don't have, or if you can't access KUMARA, probably any sort of sweet potato will do, but let's get into it and I'll show you what Mum used to make us. So this is another one of those super cool and super easy recipes because there's not a hell of a lot of ingredients to go into it. So you've got a couple of large KUMARA, you've got some Moroccan spice, some Chinese 5-spice, a red onion, some orange juice, some sultanas. That's pretty much it. So let's go and I'll show you how easy this is to throw together. So step one probably comes as no surprise to anybody. We're going to cube up the KUMARA, dice up the onions, and then it's over to the stovetop. I've got the fry pan preheating on the stovetop at the moment with a little bit of olive oil, so let's get amongst it. So we've got that oil nice and hot. So we're just going to get that KUMARA into the oil and just gently stir fry it off. Now, Some of these bits are a bit bigger than I would have liked, but never mind. And we're just going to stir fry this, turning it gently until everything is nice and brown. I'm just going to make sure we're turning these kumara regularly. You can see that it's starting to brown up already. So we just want it nice and brown and softened before we add the onions in. And then as that kumara starts to cook through nicely, we're going to just throw our onion in as well and get that cooking up. You're going in as well. Just mixing the red onion through, and that just gives you a nice pop of colour as well as flavour. And as that onion starts to go kind of nice and translucent. Now, out of respect to Mum, I'm going to do this Mum's way. So, a couple shakes of Chinese 5-spice and a small shake of Moroccan spice. I can get a shade more of that. There we go. That looks to be some. Mix that through. And then we just want a couple of the handfuls of the sultanas. Just break those up and mix those through. So all these flavours really complement the sweetness of the kumara. And just they make it something a little bit special. Finally, we're going to add around about a cup of orange juice. Ish. Just going to drop the heat down on that element. And we're going to let that simmer for about 15 minutes until you get a nice sort of thickened sauce going on. Did I say thickened? I meant reduced. I knew what I was talking about at least. So that has reduced down rather nicely. So we're just going to let it do its last little cook here, and man, this smells good. And there we have a little bit of a taste of nostalgia for me, and hopefully a taste of heaven for you. It's that simple to throw this together, and it makes the perfect side dish for just about anything. Chicken, meat, beef, whatever you like. It goes so well with everything. I still remember the first time I tried this. And Mum had served it up. I'm kind of looking at it thinking, this is a different way of doing kumara, but okay. And that first mouthful, this is genuinely bringing tears to my eyes even now. This is a trip down memory lane that I'm pleased I could take with you guys. I'm going to copy the recipe and drop it downstairs exactly how Mum has written it. So good luck. Go with the flavour, go with the tastes, go with what feels right to you. I need to make sure I actually share this because that's not likely to happen at the moment. It's kind of weird sharing a recipe that Mum gave me and not having Mum here to go, hey, look what I did. But I did it, Mum. So, for those of you out there still fortunate enough to have your mum in your life, go and see her. Give her a call. Give her a cuddle. You never know how long you've got in this life. And life's too short for regrets. So, excuse me. So, that's it for this week's slightly different episode of Kiwi Dad's Kitchen. Thank you for watching. Thank you for supporting. I'm sure Mum would appreciate it if you go and give this one a try as well. So, until next time, as Mum would say, sum's a perfectly acceptable ingredient when you're cooking. Thanks very much. I will see you next week. Love you, Mum. Miss you.